dark
Listen,
outside.
listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news, and I'm here to break it to you. The San Antonio Spurs, this young talent, this young nucleus, uh, you better not mess around with it. They just took down the Houston Rockets, a team that's formidable, another team that has some young talent that I believe they're going to be going neck and neck. We all know that Texas Triangle is something, and Dallas obviously are ways ahead of these teams, but that's a whole nother conversation. Victor Wembanyama, is spearheading a serious charge here in San Antonio. This man tonight in 21 minutes put up 15 points, one assist, and six rebounds. That was nothing to scoff at. I want to tell you about a young man on the Spurs outside of Victor Wembanyama that we must keep an eye on, and his name is Devin Vassell. This man put up 25 points in 25 minutes, one assist, and three rebounds. Clearly, he has shown himself to be a true counterpart to Victor Wembanyama. He just won't be some passenger seat driver. You better look out for this kid. And we all know what's going on with Popovich. Listen, we're gonna be going on for the next hour. It's Flight Sports. We're gonna get into it all. Shout out to San Antonio. Make sure you subscribe for more news, updates, and more. Listen, I got all accents with me. Dex, what's going on? You see what's going on out here, Dex? There's a lot of craziness. San Antonio, talk to the people. It's Flight Sports.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest in the streets. Flight. We had a really, really darling of a game. The Battle of South Texas came together for this feat, and it was eye candy for the onlooker. You had Victor Wembanyama. You had Devin Vessel. You had Osur Thomas. You had Jabari Smith Jr. And don't forget the young out of Villanova, the Nova Rock himself, Cam Whitmore, all facing together in this arena down at the Riverwalk in San Antonio. And it didn't disappoint, Flight. Jabari Smith had a powerful 20-point game. The Rock of Nova, Cam Whitmore, had a 17-point. And, also the NBL running mate of LaMelo Ball, Jason Tate, had 13 points. Flight. What was so good about this game that the coaches let the young players rock this one out, and it was a doozy, especially in the fourth quarter where the San Antonio Spurs, led by Devin Vassell himself, the Georgia native who just reaped a swelling contract. And listen, the caveat, Devin Vessel was part of the 2020 draft, the most prolific and lucrative draft of all time, as he nestled himself $140+ million contract this offseason. And he has been hinged with Victor Wembanyama, who came off plus 16 in this game with 15 points, 2 blocks, Flight, 6 rebounds, and one of them was offensive, but 5 were defensive rebounds. And Victor only played 21 minutes, this young, sensational phenom coming out of France. And Devin Vessel, Flight. A lot of people are not familiar with this young, upcoming and soon to be rising player out of San Antonio, and he looks like he's trending to be an all-star this year. If he keeps up this magnificent work with the San Antonio Spurs as he is coupled with Victor Wembanyama, I'm quite sure his name will be high on the all-star ballots come the break of the season. Devin Vessel from Florida State University. He was a teammate of the none other than St. Patrick himself, Patrick Williams from the Chicago Bulls. Both of these two men were lottery picks, as Patrick Williams was number 4, Devin Vessel, I believe, was number 10 or 11, one of those two slots. And he has shown and grown that he is well deserving of every cent the San Antonio Spurs has given to him. Popovich has been very high on this young man, and guess what, Flight? I'm starting to see why. I always have trusted Popovich when it comes to eyeing young talent. Now, with this observation of Devin Vessel as he sojourns into this season, it's going to be a difficult task for him, because the San Antonio Spurs are still growing and still learning how to re-win in the Western Conference. Flight, they put on a doozy in the fourth quarter. They scored 34 points to close out this game and close out the uptick Rockets 117 to 103. The San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, Devin Vessel and company, they're going to be something to reckon with on the bottom tier of the play-in tournament competition. And I just can't wait to see Victor and Devin in the in-season tournament, so that all teams will descend on Vegas, how they will prompt up the San Antonio Spurs as being two young stars meshed together moving forward in San Antonio. This is the beginning, and we know San Antonio is a championship legacy franchise. Now Popovich and his new resurgence of energy and coaching ability, we're going to see why he is a Hall of Fame coach, a living legend as we speak, Flight.
Absolutely, Dex. Another guy I want to bring to your attention from the Houston side, Jabari Smith Jr. I mean, he wasn't too bad himself. 20 points, 24 minutes, 5 rebounds. Clearly, Houston is in a tumultuous situation. They had to pretty much let go one of their guys for obvious reasons. I think Jabari Smith Jr., Victor Wembanyama, I think these two, they're gonna have something to, some serious conversations with one another throughout the years, don't you think?
Yeah, they're playing the Houston Rockets in this game play the this game without basically a starting point guard. They played with 3 forwards, actually 4 forwards in the center, and JSJ Jabari Smith Jr. put in a diligent 24 minutes, scoring 20 points and 5 rebounds. So when you look at his numbers, 7 for 14, 50% from the floor, 2 of 6 from the 3-point line. And guess what? This strong power forward, young phenom, hit 100% of his free throws. That's what you want to see in these kind of training season games, which is called preseason, but it's still an extension of training camp. You want to see your young players, especially those in the restricted area where there's a lot of hostility, a lot of tension, and a lot of violence, hitting free throws at a high clip like this, because free throws at this juncture of their journey in the NBA is very crucial moving forward, because a lot of these young players are learning how to play. And like I said, under the stewardship of Ime Udoka at the Houston Rockets, the new coach this season, he is inserting JSJ in a way that when the season come around, Flight, this guy will be ready and he will be cooking.
Yeah, that's facts, Dex. Listen, shout out to everybody that's rocking with the Spurs. We're going to be bringing coverage all season long. We have a season fastly approaching. We are about a week away. I'm telling you, make sure you subscribe. We're bringing nonstop coverage, and you want to stay in tune. I'm very excited. Salute to Victor Wembanyama. Shout out to the whole state of Texas. Everything is big in Texas. It's Flight Sports TV. You already